All right, I'm rolling. Recording. Cameras on, everybody. All right. All right, so what's your name? And then just kind of like your story, what led you to addiction. And then at the end, we do like a little bit of advice for the youth to like not do drugs, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Well, I go by Nephew. My name's Kenny. Addiction started for me with selling drugs, I think, is what got me to use, well, a mixture of selling drugs and just going through certain things, not kind of noticing that I'm coping, you know what I mean, until you wake up one day and you're like dependent on something. So it came unconsciously, but it technically started to this level. I think I've always smoked weed and stuff, little stuff like that. I had an addiction to weed in high school. And you don't really look at it like that at that time because it's not like bad, you know, it's not causing you to go too astray, but
right, everyone smokes weed.
yeah,
right?
Yeah, so common and open, especially here in Oregon. But then I started on. I kind of messed around with like harder drugs before I went to jail, but it was like designer drugs, so I thought it was cool because like, you know, they're rapping about it in music and
Got some lean.
yeah, lean and pills, and you know, and then I never became dependent on them, so I never felt like, you know, it was anything too bad. But eventually it got to that point after jail, and I started using, and then I lost some very close people to me, so I was kind of using them to cope. And then after, you know, a month and a half or so, I woke up and it was an addiction that I was dependent on to be able to function every day. So yeah.
It's crazy because I started doing pain pills.
Yeah.
And one day I woke up and I was like 22. And I was like, oh, I think I'm getting sick. I said, I think I'm getting sick. My kid's dad said, you're pill sick.
Yeah.
What?
I
didn't even know you get sick, dude.
21, I think, yeah.
So in my head, I'm like, instead of stopping, what I think is like, oh, I got to get more so I'm not sick.
Yeah. That's
Which
exactly
is
how it started for me.
Right.
And I went and got more, and then eventually those stopped working. I remember one day I took 9-15s, Oxy 15s, and I didn't.
The green
feel
ones.
nothing.
The little
yeah,
green.
the green
Yep.
ones,
Yep.
yeah. And I thought that I almost thought the dude sold me some fake ones because I just did not feel it whatsoever. And come to find out, I think what really happened was I was also buying some other ones, you know, throughout that time that were actually had fentanyl in them, and so my body was getting used to that and not the Oxycontin. So
because it's so much stronger.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and by
They can press anything in a pill.
Exactly. And so by that time, when I took those 9-15s, it didn't work because my body was really on a way higher drug than I knew. So,
dude, I get it. I used to wake up, and like to wake up, I would snort 3 Oxy 30s, and that was just to get my daughter breakfast, get her some fucking juice. I'm laying my ass right back on the couch. I'm going back to bed until noon.
Yeah.
Then I wake up and start another 2 more Oxy 30s, and I'm like, okay, now I can start my day.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think of now, because I've been clean for 7 years, but I get it, dude.
Yeah.
It's an easy just trap to fall into.
Right. For me, it was fucked up. I really was fucked up after I consciously knew that I was taking fentanyl. Because I think I used to either lie to myself or, like, you know, have that one hope or possibility that I was still taking real pills. And then it got to the point where I knew I was taking fake pills. And then I started snorting them. At first, I only popped them for a long time, swallowed them. And then I started snorting them. And then being sick one day, willing to just get well, I ended up taking some fentanyl powder. And yeah, it's been that and ever since, pretty much. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's a lot of just what's around now, too.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
dude, when was the last time my kid's dad used to fuck with heroin?
Yeah.
And I remember when the pills first came out, he had a bag, and he threw it on my lap. I'm in recovery. I said,
Yeah.
well, dude, what is this? Oh, it's like the Oxys used to do.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
And he was telling me this was maybe like 5 years ago, and he was like, yeah, heroin's getting really hard to find.
Yeah.
So that's why he would just have those.
Yeah.
And dude, I work on 4th and Davis. It's fucking, everyone's doing it.
Yeah.
Literally, everyone's doing it.
Very common. Very, very common now. I think the people who aren't involved have a stigma of, like, you know, death in there. Don't get me wrong, it's very dangerous, but for the ones involved, I think we don't even think twice about it, to be honest. The overdoses and the stuff that happen around us are typically due to somebody ingesting some unconsciously, knowing that it's fentanyl, or just a new user to fentanyl.
Right. Or someone who went to recovery or got clean,
yeah,
and said, oh, my tolerance is still this.
Yeah.
And it ain't.
Exactly.
I remember when fentanyl first started coming out, I used to smoke meth. And when I would hit the pipe, I hit it 3 times. And I started smoking meth when I was 13, back when it was like really good meth. You hit the pipe 3 times, you're up for 3 days. Okay, you don't need it again.
Yeah.
Well, I feel a difference in my head high. So I would hit it maybe 3 times, and I feel, oh no, there's fentanyl in here. This is not just an upper. Yeah. This is mixed with a downer, and you feel it. If you're used to it, you don't feel it. Yeah. If you're not used to it, you're like, oh, thank God I don't ingest it. Thank God it's just in the bowl, because I'm done. Yeah. I'm done now. And it seemed like that was happening a lot.
Well, yeah. So I there was a time where I had multiple ounces of cocaine. And out of curiosity, I decided to test it, and every single one of them came back positive for fentanyl. And I know I tested like 8+ of them, and it was, I came to the conclusion they're putting fentanyl in everything now, to create the addiction, the craving, you know,
the dependency.
The dependency for sure, because that's how they, you know.
What is it also so dumb? Because it's like, yeah, there's like the main people who are getting the money. But a lot of the little people down here who are selling it, you're not always going to the same person. Yeah. You're going to different fucking people.
Yeah, for sure.
So why do you want to make me so sick to something where I'm not even giving you all my money? Right. That's so dumb.
It's just to keep it in the cycle. Right. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, the ones up top, it's all coming back to them one way or another, you know? So that's how they're keeping it coming back.
Right, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, the little ones don't care, because at the end of the day, whether it's the same one, a different one, whatever one, you know what I mean? They're coming back.
And getting high for free, most likely. Yeah. You know what I mean? They're just, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's just so crazy down there. Because it's changed so much in the last just 5 years. Yeah. Since COVID. Yeah. Really, since COVID. I used to work on 4th and Davis prior to COVID. And it was like, you know, there was people outside, people doing, but no, once COVID hit, windows are being broken, everything's getting smashed, there's shit all over the street, you know? People are just like,
I was in jail during COVID.
How long?
2 years. I did 23 months in Pierce County. I was charged with first-degree murder and first-degree assaults.
Is the case over?
Yeah.
Is it closed? Okay.
Yeah, I went to trial.
Okay.
And was found not guilty. So I was able to come home on all charges, which is a blessing. And COVID was during that time. It's a very, I'm trying to think of the word, like, impactful moment in my life, obviously, you know, and I use it as almost like a timeline before jail and after jail, you know?
Dude, it's same.
Yeah. Same. It's kind of funny, but,
I didn't know how much, like, I used to hate people. I was a very shy kid.
Yeah.
Never talked.
Yeah.
I was a kid that would hide behind my mom. Yeah. And she'd, like, pushing me go. Yeah. I'm like, When I went to jail, I was sober. Yeah. And I could have said, hey, I need this, I need that, I need hydroxyzine, I need fucking whatever, right? Yeah. Subutex. And they would have given it to me, but I felt like I needed to do it sober. Yeah. And even though I was only there for 4 months, I get to know all the people who are there. And that's when I really came out of my shell. Yeah. And that's really what, again, turning point. What gave me the courage to do this? Yeah. What gave me the fucking courage to talk to Kenny? Yeah. What gave me the courage to just be stronger? Right. You know what I mean? And be able to be sober for 7 years. Right. I never thought I'd be. Right. I really thought I'd be rolling the bowl forever.
That is a big checkpoint in addiction, to be able to remain sober that long. I just was sober. I got sober for the first time back in February of this year. And I remained sober for 2 months. It's the first time I ever got sober. I guess you can say I've been in my addiction since 2021.
How old are you?
25.
25.
Yeah.
You're still young.
Yeah. And it never got to this point for me. I was always on the other side of the fence. I mean, you know, and then when you're a certain type of lifestyle, and you know, you're making money and all those type of things. I mean, money influences a lot.
Fast life, fast cars, bunch of girls.
Yeah, all that
fun
type
times,
of stuff. And you're really blinded to a lot of different shit.
What
and the people around you blind you too, I think. Because a lot of my loved ones, I feel like, didn't really have a problem with what I was doing because I was still fending for myself. You know what I mean? And sometimes even taking care of them.
Right.
Which I think caused them to turn a blind eye. Or didn't. I wasn't in need of any type of assistance. And I think that also had an impact. And, you know, when you're able to influence the lifestyle and the ones around you with money or power or whatever it is that you use, it makes it very easy to blind other people and make them turn another cheek to the problem, you know?
Right, because even though you're doing what you're doing, they're going to be like, oh, he's helped supporting me.
Yeah.
He's not in need of anything. You know, he's not dependent on anyone, and he's able to take care of himself, even if it's not like good for you. You know what I mean? Like, they're not going to say anything.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
I think a lot of my loved ones, my closest loved ones, didn't really have a problem or, you know, express their issues or concerns or want to, you know, try to help to the magnitude they do now until one, I kind of like started to show signs, obviously, of declining, and then until I started calling on them for support and things of the nature like that, you know.
It's like if they see you doing good, whether or not you're doing whatever you're doing, they're like, oh, he has it under control. It's like a functioning addict. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though sometimes like a functioning addicts, like there's a decline somewhere in their life.
Yeah, for sure.
It's never going to plateau.
For sure.
It's going to be good. It's going to go. If it's real good, it's going to be real bad. Right?
Yeah.
That's why when I went to VOA the second time, one of the things that I said is like, hey, I just want to find balance. Because I'm either way up here or I'm way down here, and I want to be fucking level. I'm sick of just this sporadic lifestyle. Like, I have a now 13-year-old and a 9-year-old, and all I got to do is take care of my kids, and whenever they grow up, I can do whatever I want to do.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I don't want to do whatever I want to do, right? And I'm okay. But I keep that in my head, because sometimes if I say, I'm never going to do this, it's like, makes me kind of want to do it more.
Yeah, I mean, because that's what I said to myself. I would never do a drug that's white. You know, I would never. I wouldn't do drugs that had like the drug head or the addict's stigma to it. Crack, cocaine, meth.
Yeah. See, and when I was 13,
opiates,
and when I was 13,
heroin and all that type of stuff. Yeah.
When I was 13 doing meth, I looked at crack like, oh, that's bad. But people who do crack look at meth and they're like, oh, that's worse. You know?
Yeah, it's funny. Everybody has their own little thing that they're telling themselves to make them feel, you know,
just a little bit better.
At the end of the day, it's all addiction.
Right.
And my worst addiction isn't even drug, it's gambling.
Video poker?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that got me
poker.
before.
Yeah, that, I mean, I think due to my lifestyle, I was, you know, very much ahead, and it was bad. I mean, that's what, I don't know if I ever would have like came all the way down to this level had I not gotten into that casino the way I was. I mean, I spent $1 million last year in LNA, and I didn't even know that until I got you can get a tax form basically from the casino.
I didn't know that. My grandparents got it. Yeah. When they go a lot.
Yeah.
Well, my grandma died recently, but my
Sorry
grandpa gets it. Thanks.
Yeah.
I was like, my mom.
Yeah. I just lost my grandpa and my little brother in the same month last year.
And your brother?
Yeah, my baby brother. I took a lot of losses. I think is a big reason why I'm in the state that I am right now. Not learning how to cope. At 14,
that's a big one.
My cousin blew my other cousin's head off with a shotgun in front of me. Actually on the street right here, Moore Street, just the next block up. Probably like 10 feet away from me. And so and at that time, my parents didn't like give me any type of counseling or therapy, so I never learned how to cope with loss or
feel your
even
feelings.
I didn't even identify like what changed inside of me.
Right.
And it went from that to losing other people, and then just everything is a numb type of state of mind. So I don't even even today, I don't realize or recognize the changes that came from those incidences. And I hope to one day soon, you know, after getting clean, I will. But
once you too, I think, learn how to once you get clean and learn how to sit with your feelings, and when you're alone, out of all this mess, you're gonna be like, okay, when this happened, this is how I felt, and you'll be able to identify it. Look, all I knew was mad, fucking sad, and sometimes happy. I didn't know there's other feelings in the middle.
Right. February was really hard for me. It was the month I got clean. And then March came, and March is when I lost my best friend, which I think really, locked me into my addiction, because I'd only been home. I got out, and I went to Atlanta for 6 months with my father, and then I came to Portland, and I was here in Portland for 2 weeks. And he passed away I was here for 2 weeks before he passed away. So it felt like I only got to spend 2 weeks with him after being in jail for 2 years. And this is my right hand man. He made sure my girl didn't miss a Valentine's Day, my mother didn't miss a Mother's Day. He did, he stepped up and he played his part in a big way. And I didn't get a chance to express how much that meant to me to him, but losing him changed me a lot. Because of the dynamic of our relationship. It was kind of I know he looked up to me in a way, but what he was able to accomplish and conquer while I was going in jail really changed that for me, to where I looked up to him, because he opened his clothing line, and he was able to just reach certain places and get somewhere without having to do necessarily what I did. You know what I mean? And that was big for me.
That's why I'm trying this. Yeah.
Because I think it's important. Finding something that you love, that you're passionate about, that you can kind of give back to whatever it is you feel like. Me personally, I feel like I've taken so much from people in life by doing certain things. I was gangbanging, selling drugs, and that's all those things surround itself around taking from people. You know what I mean? And you make excuses to do it and all that for money, for retaliation, for whatever it is. But I think, I don't know if you have any type of decency, and you know what I mean? When you do certain things to certain people and you cause certain pain and hurt, it's not like it's proclaimed to be, you know what I mean, in rap music and all these type of things. I don't know, it hit me different anyway, I can say.
I can tell.
Yeah, and I feel like, I don't be knowing if some of the shit that I be going through is due to that, you know what I mean? Losing my baby brother fucked me up bad. I think because I knew he was trying to be like me and his other older brother so much, even though he didn't really understand and not, due to my life. And when I found out he was in Portland, I immediately, the first day I went and picked him up, and I tried to put him up under my wing a little bit, you know what I mean, and show him, I don't know, different ways to do certain things. But at the end of the day, it was the wrong thing anyway. But nonetheless, losing him definitely obviously had a major effect on me. Any older sibling who loses their younger sibling.
I'm the oldest of 5, so
yeah.
Dude,
Yeah, that sense of protection and all those things.
Yeah.
Because
really you're their protector.
Yeah. And it really ate at me, and sometimes it's just some of the shit I go through, I feel like it's due to the pain and the things that I put out in the world, and I got a son now, I got a daughter, 1 and 2, and I really don't want them to
follow your footsteps.
Not only follow my footsteps, but be the victim of my karma, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, yes. I stayed away. When I was homeless, I made a lot of mistakes. And I stayed away from my kids at one point because I didn't want my mistakes to affect them in a harmful way.
Yeah.
So I stayed away.
Yeah.
Because what I do can hurt them.
That's what I'm doing right now. I've been home in 5 months, which is unreal to think about.
It goes by really fast too. When you're out here, days blend together, nights and days. You're not sleeping. It goes so fast, and before you know it, it's been a year, then 2, and you're still fucking here. And you're like, I need to do something different. I'm stuck. Where do I start? What do I do?
Yeah.
It's hard.
That's literally how it goes. Because I didn't even know it was 3 months until they, you know, my family just came up here to see me after my daughter's first birthday. And I didn't even know it was 3 months that I had been gone until they said something, you know. But now it's going on 4.5 or something, or 5, and it's just like, but up until, you know, 4.5 months ago, I had been in my kid's life every single day. You know what I mean? My daughter and my son, obviously both there when they were both born, or there when they were both born, and there ever since, you know? And I was excited too, because like I said, I got clean in February, and so it was the first time that I was around them sober. And I think I messed up because I put an expectation into my sobriety, you know what I mean? Too much expectation anyway. With
that
the way
pink
people,
cloud.
yeah, with the way people would interact with me, you know what I mean, and engage, and you know, my certain people. I just gave certain people too much power over my mind and my happiness and shit like that, to the point where, like, you know, when I wasn't getting congratulated or, you know, recognition, I didn't.
You're like, man, I'm not doing anything good.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't feel like I am, even though you are.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's still new to them, obviously. Like my child's mother. It just seemed as if there was kind of that distance and that separation that was built throughout my addiction. Like, it was still very prevalent, but it had only been 2 months, so why wouldn't it be? You know what I mean?
Takes time.
Yeah, and I didn't give myself that time, and one bad day just led to 5 months later, where here we are now. So,
right.
Yeah, you know, live and you learn shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm definitely not planning on being out here much longer.
I hope not.
Yeah, I mean, it's really not me.
You know, one time, and then we'll end it. You had a very long. We've been here. How long do you think we've been here? 22 minutes. But it's good though. Yeah. Like, it's good, you know, like when I was homeless, I remember I seen, so long story short, I ate a shard, and I was used to smoking it. A bunch of stuff happened, and I seen this couple walking up and down 82nd, and they were arguing and fighting, and I was like, dude, I know I'm not gonna be here forever. Time flies by. They're in their 50s, 60s. I was like 20, in my 20s. 26, 27. I knew if I fucking stayed around or fucking fucked with anybody, like if I tried to get into a relationship, if I wanted to put someone else first, I knew I'd get stuck. And I knew that time flies by, and that would be me walking, arguing with my partner.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be here. I got kids.
Yeah.
I can't be here forever. I won't be here forever. I don't know when I'm leaving. There's no end date, you know what I mean? It'll happen when it happens, you know? And it'll happen.
Yeah, you just know.
You're young. You're 25, man. Yeah. It's gonna happen. And you know what? Like, I wasn't there, well, when my son was 4 months. My daughter was 3 when we separated, and my son was 4 months. So I missed all the baby stuff with him. But what got me through that is they're little. They won't remember it. You know, you can go back when they're older, when they start to remember shit, 4, 5. And as long as you're in those memories, their future memories, fuck, they're not going to know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And everything will be all right.
I get that, yeah.
Do you have any advice you want to give to, like, the kids to, you know, be good, don't do drugs,
yeah,
you know,
like, I feel like that's so
stay on the right path, you know, listen to your mom.
All the stuff that everybody tells you every day, but you just you become desensitized to it because it starts to have no value. You don't see the meaning in it until you get older, but
then you go through it.
Yeah.
Hopefully there's kids listening that, obviously not right now, there's only 24 subscribers, but there will be more. I'm manifesting it.
I know there will.
And there will be kids that listen that, you know, some kids are hard-headed and they just have to do it.
Yeah, that was
you know?
Me. That was me. I had to bang my head on the wall. I didn't listen.
I'm touching the stove.
Yeah.
More than once.
That's just how it was for me, you know.
But there are going to be kids that do listen.
Yeah.
You know?
And I hope that they, you know, they listen well. And, you know, I mean, even the ones that don't, one thing I believe is everybody gets a second chance, you know, and you might get more than 2. But when you get that first, second chance, just make sure to capitalize on it. We all gonna mess up. Nobody's gonna be perfect. You know what I mean? But just know it could always get worse.
Oh yeah.
You know.
And when it does get really bad, like they're really, really, really lows, you're gonna have a really, really, really high.
Yeah.
And when you get to that really, really high, find balance and plateau.
Yeah.
You know, don't go back down.
Bad. Yeah.
Right.
For real.
Don't forget about it. I think that's a good ending.
Yeah.
You know, that was good.
Yeah.
That was good.